It's Thursday night football in a new form here at the National. It's Wednesday night football in a new form here at the National Stadium Eastfield. Always need that reminder, right? In the battle of former champions here, Harbour View up against Portmore United, and we're looking forward to this rivalry which has been going on for decades here in the land of wood and water. Let's hear from the coaching staff of both these teams as they prepare for battle.
Coach Fraser, Harbour View not the highest scoring team in the league, but they've scored more than a goal a game. That's what they're averaging. But the big question is, how do you get this team to stop conceding the way they are?
Well, that has been our Achilles tendon for the starting of the CONCACAF into the Premier League. I think it's one of our weakest points at the moment, but it's a work in progress, and it's not going to happen overnight. We have to keep drilling it in them, our defensive shape, how do we defend free kicks, set pieces, corners, and so forth. So it's a work in progress.
Having said that, about 70 minutes or so against Mount Pleasant, the league leaders, you kept a good shape, repelling them as much as you possibly can. Is it more of the same, or are you looking to twist any shape that you went into that game with?
Today will be different. I mean, each game brings a different challenge. So each game will be different. Against Mount Pleasant, I thought that we played good, but again, individual mistakes cost us a game. Today, Portmore, good coaches, good coaching staff, good players. It's a different approach, and you'll see the game.
Talking about Portmore and their approach, last year you served up some really good games, no more than the two-legged tie in the Links Cup. Is it more of the same this one?
Definitely. Today we're looking to go at them. We're not going to sit back and relax and afford them any time to come at us. Today we're going to play Harbour View football. I think we owe that to the public. I think we owe that to our community. This team been riding a 7-game winless streak. They are a 3-game winning streak. Last year it was the total opposite. We came into the league with a 10-game winning streak, and then Portmore's not our unbeaten streak. So today we're looking to do the same.
Coach Williams, since the opening loss to Mount Pleasant, your team has gone on a 3-game winning streak, scoring more than averaging at least 2 goals per game. Tell me a little bit about how pleased you are with the current form of your team.
We are very pleased. I mean, we had a momentum at the end of the last season, and that is something that we have built on, and it's good to see that the team has continued that momentum into this season.
You're relying heavily on the experience, very experienced, but age would have Austin in your team. If you're to mount a challenge this season, do you think he's able to continue to play week in, week out and deliver some top performances?
I mean, Rudy knows his body best. I mean, we work off his advice. But it's about man management. He knows to manage himself out there, and definitely we have to look into the games in terms of which one we put him in and so forth. But he's in good health. And fitness-wise, you can't tell his age from his fitness, so we're looking to have him as long as possible.
Well, one thing you can tell for sure is that Harbour View is very permeable at the moment, letting in a lot of goals. I mean, you must be looking forward to playing them today. All-out attack against them?
I mean, we have to be cautious. Harbour View is a very good team, and they can hurt you at any time, given time. They're not in such a good form right now, but who knows, this might be the game. So we just have to be cautious, play the game as it is, and not look at the games that they have played before, and put our best foot forward.
Portmore United actually got the double over Harbour View. It was a couple of 1-0 wins. The previous season, Harbour View with the double, 2-0 wins. And then before that, the draw. To say that this contest is usually quite tight would be a little bit of an understatement. But here we are on the cusp of another chapter to be written in the Ray Nephew Jamaica Premier League. And these two teams, they know each other so very well. The blue between them, familiar. For Harbour View, it's blue and yellow. For Portmore United, it's blue and white. Portmore, they are the 7-time winners of the league. For Harbour View, they've just done it 2 times less. But as far as pedigree is concerned, they're very much the same. And they are individuals who have come from afar to join this Portmore United team on another quest to get a championship title, and he is pumped. They're number 10. We'll learn a little bit more about him after this. But for now, we'll pause for the playing of the national anthem.
Jamaica Premier League highlight game. Could we ask you all to stand for the playing of the Jamaica national anthem?
This will be interesting, Dwight Jeremiah.
It always is when these two teams meet, and like I said, last year we were in for a treat in the Lynx Cup. Two-way tie, these two teams really put on a show. Goals always in it when they meet, and based on the ingredients here tonight and the form that they're in, you expect it. Harbour View, they are letting in goals since their opening loss. Portmore, they've scored at least 2 goals per game.
Nerissa Golson will be in charge of this one. Ojay Duhaney and Keneal Wright will assist her. Odette Hamilton is the 4th official. Odlin Harding acting reserved as usual, across from his counterpart, Siegel Knight. Let's take a look at the starting lineup for Harbour View. Anthony Bennett will be between the sticks. They'll have a back three of Harding, Breckenridge and Garth Stewart in the middle of the park. Courtney Allen on the left, David Reed on the right. In between them, Jashawn Anglin, Gavin Burton and Ajuma Johnson, who has a goal to his name so far. Omar Thompson in the attacking midfield role also has a goal to his name, behind Shaquille Bradford with 2 and Andre Fagan with 1.
Yeah, Harbour View, they'll be looking to try and solidify themselves at the back. Stewart comes in with a red card given to Dyer, so he has some work to do. Was used as a striker last season, back in a defensive position.
For Portmore United, Tyrone Williams is between the sticks. They have a back 5 of Peck, Austin, Young, Akeem Mullings and Okilo Howard. In the middle of the park, Jaheen Rose, Siegel Knight and Alex Marshall with a couple of goals to his name. Also with 2 goals, Chevon Walsh. And beside him, their number 10, Martin Davis, who is still eligible to represent either Jamaica or Canada at the national senior level. I'm sure he was conflicted last night.
Well, what is sure he's not conflicted tonight. He's certainly there for Portmore and will be looking to ensure that he brings them over the line in their customary 5-3-2 formation.
Davis has, of course, represented Jamaica at the youth levels. Their number 10. And there was a lot of excitement around him being part of the Ray Neville Jamaica Premier League for this season. And already he's made an impact with a couple of assists and a goal. Portmore's number 10. And we'll see the offerings tonight between these two at the National Stadium East Field. Portmore, of course, in all blue and white stripes, kicking towards downtown Kingston and the Caribbean Sea. And Harbour View will be aiming towards the Blue Mountain side of the compound here. Let's see how both these teams will operate. Portmore United, after losing their first game to Mount Pleasant, it was the first game of the season against the champions. It was a battle between the Premier League winners and the Link Cup knockout champions. Mount Pleasant got the better of them that day at Drax Hole. Harbour View, on the other hand, still trying to find their footing. And Ludlow Bernard knows that he has a lot on the agenda for this season for his team as well. Yeah, hi to you there, sir.
His greatest concern will be when his team doesn't have the ball today, how they react in their defensive transitional play and their shape in their organizational phase.
You call it 3-5-2 or 5-3-2, but both teams pretty much in the ballpark as to how they set up tonight.
Yeah, you see Portmore, when they go into attack, will more mimic the 3-5-2 system. In defense, they'll have 5 at the back, and pretty much the same you feel for Harbour View, that the wing backs will come in. So we're looking for them to try and see who executes the system best.
Brackenridge with a long throw here, and it goes all the way through to Tyrone Williams. There's the aforementioned Martin Davis. Philip Williams, of course, is the manager of the Portmore United team.
Found his footing in Kingston, man from Trelawney is Philip Williams.
You're following a familiar storyline there, Dwight Jeremiah. There's a shot from distance that's wide of the mark, coming in from Jaqueen Rose. Playing in that holding midfield role alongside his captain, Seagull Knight. Angling along that right channel, has some space to work with. Cross wasn't the best though, was it? He's won it well. Looking for options inside the area. And last touch actually came off Omar Thompson. Or
yeah,
Courtney Allen it was, sorry.
Courtney Allen is a tricky player, man from the West. Represented Falkland last season. Our schoolboy footballer. He was at Spat Valley. That's where he went to school and did well. Well, rather Montego Bay United. But the coach of Falkland is the coach that worked with him through schoolboy football. What's interesting for Harbour View as well is that Hardy normally plays on the left. He's through the center of the back three here. Stewart is asked to play on the left side. I think more sure it has to do with leadership.
Nicely done by Alex Marshall. And Howard couldn't beat his marker. Howard. Davis into space. Oh, that's a lovely delivery inside, looking for Walsh. And now at the back post, it's put away. A magnificent start by Portmore United. And Clayton Peck unmarked at the back post made Harbour View pay. And they've taken an early lead here.
Well, all the credit has to go to Davis, because for a moment there I felt he had run it out of play. But then, just with the cutback and with the left foot, sent across a lovely ball. Walsh looking to get on the end of it, but it was Peck who it fell to. And boy, did he tuck that away. Bennett had no chance.
That was a really good finish, you know.
Did through the legs, always difficult for the goalkeepers. But yeah, Davis really, you talk about the assist, he had a couple before this one, make that 3 now. living up to the billing. But Harbour View's worries continue. 5 at the back when defending. Still not enough to plug those half spaces. And they're in big problems still.
In the absence of Emilio Rousseau, Peck more than filling a gap, getting his first goal of the season. And Harbour View, how will they respond? Here's an opportunity for Alex Marshall. They'll do well to keep him quiet tonight. Not quite at the races as yet, the Stars of the East.
That goal would have rattled them even further. A lot to think about, as I said. Without the ball, that's where their troubles are.
Bradford was manhandled there.
They did come out against Mount Pleasant in that second half on Sunday and really caused them some trouble. Hit the woodwork before Mount Pleasant took the lead. So
ball played inside, nodded out. Only as far as David Reed. Well, Peck is down. He's gonna need some attention as well.
He was holding his head, so if it was a head injury, surprising that referee Golson didn't stop it immediately, but maybe it wasn't. Sometimes the players, they do hold. It's the parts of the body they hold is not really a reflection of where the impact is all the time.
Davis was a little bit too eager there in winning that one. Harbour View, can they respond? How will they respond? They have the free kick now. Here's the delivery. It's not a bad one, you know. And that's cleared off the line. I think Bradford had a brilliant chance initially. They're going to try again. And it goes over the head of Fagan and all the way through to goalkeeper Tyrone Williams. But what a chance that was.
I think Bradford couldn't sort out his body positioning quite well. Didn't approach that one. And then was on the turf appealing and missed the opportunity when the ball came back in his direction.
Not sure how much of a case he had there inside the area.
Not much at all.
Rose with the turn. And the lob over the top. And Peck goes down again.
He was hacked down just now. David Reed didn't get any of the ball just now.
Reed trying to avoid eye contact with referee Golson in the aftermath of that challenge.
Ostrich behaving.
If I don't see her, she doesn't see me. Here's a free kick for Portmore United in the 10th minute of play, looking to double their lead. Oh, that's well worked. Davis again was trying to cut it back into the path of Rudolph Austin. It didn't reach him. And this one is swung straight into the arms of Anthony Bennett. The Reed Peck battle over the far side could be interesting, or it could be short-lived. Yellow card shown to David Reed.
Well, we're closer to the latter than what you mentioned before, because yeah, that yellow card, no, he's going to have to walk a very tight rope here, Reed. And if I were Peg, just keep
Pecking.
Away.
Ah, there you go. I was waiting on that one, Dwight. Can't even say you learned from the best with that one. Davis now. Ball looking for Walsh, was in an offside position. Referee allowing play to continue. Harbour View with the possession. Anglin does well. Oh, does really well, Anglin. Ball comes across. Trying to get by Tyrone Williams there. And charge down in the end. And it's a corner kick to Harbour View.
Yeah, Bradford was just trying to see what he could get there. Wasn't favouring him, but he was trying all his best to see if he could wrap his foot around to get some contact on it. But it was a really good, purposeful and intent run there from Anglin. Penetrating as well.
Corner kick to Harbour View. That's not a bad delivery. He's looking for Bradford. And the looping header goes over the top.
Had a few look-ins, Harbour View. Nothing clear-cut, but I feel like they're not being overrun here since conceding going into the game. It's just that before this somewhat makeshift back three was able to settle, they conceded.
Rose in the way. Alex Marshall. Ball over the top. And Davis thought it would have been intercepted there. Went over everyone's head.
He made his run on the blind side. I don't think Gart had picked him out. I could hear his Gart's teammates telling him that behind him. In the end, he did miss the header.
That backline of three will need the assistance of the wingers more often than not.
Yeah, they're definitely going to have to trap back, and the shape will have to be a 5 at the back.
No foul, no foul. No foul. Again. Not easy. Oh. No foul. First one.
Marshall does well. Hopeful ball looking for Walsh. Harding was in the way. I reckon that Harding may have to do a lot of heading tonight. Usually plays in the left back role, but more centrally tonight. You have to try and repel all those crosses which will be coming into Walsh. Harbour View edging possession at the moment at 52%, but not a lot of that would be in the attacking third. Romain Brackenridge now. Out wide to Reed. Reed against Howard is not a bad matchup either. Bradford committing the foul.
Yeah, I think Bradford realized that he had turned it over quite cheaply there and should have done a lot better. Wanted to just stop Portmore in their attacking transitional phase. But you're right, the help will have to come. Harding, as you can see, the infringement here. Just looking to stop Portmore making progress, holding on to Rose. You look at the matchup through the middle there for Harbour View with Walsh against Harding. And it almost looks like a mismatch, but so far Harding has shown that he's quite adept at heading it. He's judging the trajectory quite well. And you have players who might not be tall, but they're powerful in terms of how much they can jump. And I think he's shown that he has judged the flight of the ball well since they've been looking to get it to Walsh. Won a few headers in there, but it's going to be something that he has to concentrate on for the entire 90 minutes. He was somewhat at fault for Mount Pleasant taking the lead on the weekend, just wasn't committed enough. We see Harbour View there, players Kevin Clark, formerly of William Nib, who is also a part of their roster but injured, so out at the moment.
Nicely done. Marshall gets a return. Again, a wonderful turn from him. Howard knocks it into space, but it was readable, wasn't it?
And too early as well.
Usually quite electrifying, but then he would have lost Lamar Walker as a partner, but we'll be grateful for the fact that Martin Davis has come into the fray now.
Does he also look as if he's put on a pound or two there, you feel? Which would slow him down somewhat?
I haven't seen him in a minute. Opportunity here for the Stars of the East. Cuts back in a dangerous area. Couldn't quite run onto it, David Reed. And now here's a shot from distance. Wasn't bad. The attempt from Gavin Burton, it's something that he likes to do, shooting from distance.
With that, you suspect he'll get better at it if he's afforded the time to execute again.
One would hope.
For Harbour View sakes and the neutrals as well.
Peck already on the score sheet. Emilio Rousseau not a part of the squad for Portmore United. Would have gotten a red card a couple match weeks ago. Would probably now do well to replace Peck. Oh, that one has slipped through, but they couldn't quite capitalize. Harbour View, and Reed has it. And here comes Portmore United. Marshall, he was looking for runners, but there weren't any. Walsh. Again, good work at the back by Harding. Lovely ball into space, but coming across to mop up well over on that far side.
Yeah, Mullins.
Akeem Mullins.
Yeah, read it well. It's a touch heavy with the pass. So it really gave Mullins a greater chance of intercepting, which he did. But he's really not building up a head of steam yet. Not attacking with the level of consistency to really build up a rhythm. Having the ball a lot, but more so in the deeper areas.
In terms of the game's attraction, though, and for the neutral, I'm sure it wouldn't have helped for them to necessarily take the lead, but here they are looking to break, and it just come through to Davis, and Davis was just bundled off the ball there. Picked up by Peck, who's done well. Peck delivers inside, looking for Walsh. Walsh hitting it first time, and it dribbled through to Anthony Bennett. Rudolph Austin does well.
And on that play with Walsh, give him credit. A lot of players, you know, with Brackenridge there, probably just take their eyes off it because the defender is there. Walsh was all eyes for the ball. And it's a case where you're expecting, not anticipating, just expecting it to beat Brackenridge.
Anglin. Anglin winning the free kick there. Rose wasn't liking it at all. Anglin was just bemused by his reaction there. Allen has lost it.
He's really in need of just a good moment in this game.
Reed looking for one himself. Anglin. Giving up the possession far too easily there.
Again, Allen couldn't keep that one in. Not his best 23 minutes in a football match. And started with the same pace and intensity we saw in the first match. Cooler conditions, but definitely not resulting in the type of start that such condition would promote.
Howard inside, and Marshall with the give and go. Walsh with the turn and with the shot. You know, just a moment needed. Finally managed to get away from Odland Harding. Opened up a little bit of space, turned and shot. But yeah, off target.
Off target, but the build-up play there, and Harding was just a step or two late, and because of that he rushed in, and Walsh was able to roll him. It got a little bit too tight in the end. Couldn't slow himself down into a stand, so he'll learn from that not to get too tight. Walsh will use his body to just roll the defender.
Brackenridge now running into space. Took forever. And Bradford with an effort. And it was awkward for the keeper. And it's kept alive, but he was in an offside position, apparently, when the shot was taken.
Yeah, Bradford had only one intention, which was to strike a goal. It would have had to be when the shot was taken, so... Yeah, defender taking it. Yeah, the defender had stepped up. You see the one in the middle there, and...
Austin and Mullings had both stepped up. But opportunity for Harbour View on that occasion as they try to increase their influence on this match. Slowly but surely. Ball sent out wide. And shot there is blocked, and the follow-up, oh, what a save that is by Tyrone Williams, denying Shaquille Bradford.
Yeah, once it fell to Bradford, he was looking to let fly. Courtney Allen got the first opportunity, just cuffed his shot. He was in the best position to really put Harbour View level. As we see on the replay, well, that's the Allen shot, but was really it lacked the power and the precision. But then Bradford brought out a smart save.
Make sure we mark somebody, please. Hey, make sure we mark somebody.
Corner kick coming in. Ball inside, and the keeper was off his line and eventually gathered Williams.
Yeah, Brackenridge was making himself a nuisance there to Williams. Williams eventually clutched onto that one. And that's the result of all his troubles, Brackenridge. Flat on his back on the turf. Harbour View creating some anxious moments for Portmore. Getting the attention he needs. Using this opportunity to hydrate themselves is Portmore. Harbour View, you feel, will want to talk it over as well.
Yeah, Williams getting some attention as well. As we take a look at the moment which broke the deadlock here. It was pretty early. Clayton Peck at the back post, finishing, getting his first goal of the season. Martin Davis doing really well to getting that one across.
Yeah, the problem with, on that occasion for Harbour View is that the three at the back got a little bit too tight and just overcompensated and leaving the gap at the back post. And that's a situation where you didn't have the wide players running back and funneling in to become the wing back there. And because the three got narrow and then there was no recovery run from the wide players, then they were exposed at the back, didn't have numbers up there. And he did mention it, Donald, they'll have to get back there, or else switching the point of attack can be a problem for Harbour View.
When I mentioned the starting lineup at the beginning of this one, I listed out a five-man midfield, and there wasn't a fifth person there in Ajuma Johnson, who is actually on the bench for Harbour View. They are playing with a 3-4-3 formation. And there is Ajuma Johnson. He has a goal to his name so far this season. I'm a little bit surprised that he hasn't started. As the ball comes inside and the coverage there. Well done by Garth Stewart.
Yeah, that's a surprise, but you know, a lot of time as coaches, you don't know what goes on at the training ground and what tactics they may come into the game, and a lot of things may lead to a player being left out. But certainly, whatever Harbour View, the one thing is certain, they have a lot of work still to do on their defensive phase of the game.
Pick to take this one. No issues there for Bennett. Stewart striding forward, running into Peck, who covered quite a few yards there to get back in that position.
That's what you want from your defender. If he's down that side or he has to recover, yeah, you want that. That was like somebody had called him with something, some gift for him, some Christmas gift down there. He ran back so quickly.
No, a gift wouldn't make a man run that fast. Probably something else.
I wouldn't say no more on that.
Harbour View with the possession, building slowly. He was thinking of a shot, you know, and was he fouled on the edge of the box? Referee Golson says nothing doing, and Portmore United will come away with it, and it slipped through to Davis, and it's across to Rose, and it's back to Davis almost. Stewart had recovered well, and Rose pulled. It's a free kick to Portmore United now.
Probably didn't have to create that free kick there because Rose was running away from goal. Just needed to stand his ground, but it was a good break from Portmore. And I could see what he was trying to do there to get the ball back inside to Davis. But Harbour View must have felt that they had a free kick on the edge of the box.
Here's Peck's delivery inside, headed away by Stewart. Allen, almost making a meal of it, but still has the possession. Got some help from Harding and Bennett.
The experienced head of Austin repelling that long ball from Harbour View.
Ball played inside the area could cause some issues, but Howard was pulled down at any rate, but he did enough.
Just not seeing enough repetitive action here from Harbour View to suggest what's their main modus operandi in terms of trying to break down this Portmore team. It's almost as if wherever we're shown we go.
Rose running into space, getting the support from Knight. Rose. Knight. Stephen Young now. Howard almost took off Young's head in getting that to Austin. Austin sends it across, but Knight was down and it goes the other way. Oh, that was not a good touch at all. It was
Omar Thompson, that was, just a heavy touch, that last one. I think it bubbled a bit. But let's go and hear what Janae has in the stand there.
Well, the Stadium East complex is filling up little by little, but today I got a chance to grab one of the players from Portmore United, Oral Thompson. Oral, why are you not on the field today?
I haven't signed a contract as yet to play for them.
But you are training with this Portmore United team?
Yes, I'm training with them.
So you told me that you were coming from Monroe College. Why would you choose Portmore out of all of the teams in the Premier League?
Because Portmore have a reputation of getting the championships.
And you want a championship?
Yeah, I want a championship.
Well, is there any player on the team so far that you train with that you look up to in any respect?
I look up to Coach Austin. Yeah, he plays centre back as me.
So he is a coach for you as well?
Yeah, he's the coach as well.
Okay, but before I go, I just want to find out, what do you think that by halftime, what do you think the scoreline will be?
I think the scoreline will remain the same, and the second half will be a huge turn for Portmore, obviously, but we're scoring 2 more goals in the second half.
Okay, give me a little inside scoop of what happens in the locker room. Is it that Coach Williams is a little bit stern with them if you guys are losing, and if you're winning, he's not as stern?
No, we have one goal, and it's to win, is to get the 3 points and have a clean sheet also, and we're good.
Okay, well, you heard it from Oral Thompson today. That is his little background scoop of what Portmore is up to and about. We're going to see what happens on the pitch today. Donald and Dwight, back to you.
Well, he's not releasing any locker room secrets at all, is he?
Not at all. Or his contract details, but something is not right there yet, so...
Here's Harbour View with the opportunity now through Bradford, who's forced away from goal. Bradford forward. He takes the return from Fagan and could make the best connection with it.
It was always going to be difficult for him too, because he didn't have a lot of the goal to aim at. It was almost outside that near post. Coach Williams, he has the lead. And if you know him quite well as a coach, give him the lead, and it's going to be hard to wrestle it from him, because if Coach Hyde is known for slick passing football, he's known for organising.
Allen will try again to skip by a challenge and try to recover. And free kick in favour of Harbour View.
I think handball in the end. So often when players feel they're fouled, they fall to the turf and hold on to the ball. Before he goes and didn't think that there was an infringement before the handball.
Ball delivered inside in an area of uncertainty on that occasion. Portmore did well enough to clear. Austin with the clearance. No one up on the half line for Portmore United. Harbour View will try again through Anglin. Anglin going through. Well, that's a strong 2 for the challenge from Austin, but much of the ball was on it. Marshall. Austin under a little pressure there, but still finding the pass. Burton. Brackenridge now. Thompson inside. Davis was tripped. Marshall inside. Sold short there with the pass. Bradford playing that one through to Thompson. Yeah. Harbour View in the attacking third, not sharp enough at all.
Portmore returning the favour.
Download the SportsMax app today from the Google Play or the App Store. And within touching distance, you'll have access to everything that's happening on the home of champions, including the Ray Neville Jamaica Premier League.
Yeah, Harbour View just needs a little bit more fluidity in the final third. Haven't really carved out something clear cut. Since they conceded a goal, they've looked better defensively.
Free kick to Harbour View. Looking for the equalizer here. We're just not seeing a lot of imagination from Harbour View.
Yeah, they tried there because everybody had backed off looking for the long ball, looked to play it short and then get a shot off, but there were so many bodies in the way. Needed some more creativity.
Howard managed to get a foot in there. Thompson. Bradford. Surrounded. Oh, nice turn by Thompson. And his teammate was in the way with the perfect block, it seems.
Really good turn, and I felt that one was on target.
I thought so too.
Yeah, and I think Williams would have been struggling to get across to that one because that one had some power behind it. Fagan was with the man with the defensive header.
Let's see how much on target this was. Oh, it really was on target.
Good turn as well, lovely turn.
Well, apparently there was an offside called.
Yeah.
The referee usually gives an indication with the hand in the air, and that's exactly what's happened now. So it was an offside.
There was some confusion because I think Harbour View was getting ready for maybe a corner kick or
and
something.
I'm not sure why it came off Fagan, didn't
it? Yeah. Pretty much sum them up in terms of going forward at times.
Yeah, they'd want to regroup after this. Talk it over in the dressing room. About a minute away from that. Don't think there will be a lot of time added for stoppages. Or maybe just 3. 3 minutes of stoppages is what we're hearing. Marshall gives it up again. Bradford. Reed is back over on that far side. Gets the corner kick for his team.
Needed to get past that one defender just now. It was a decent build-up, but that's it. Final hurdle just proving too much for Harbour View at the moment.
Yep, just confirming 3 minutes of stoppages to be played. There's the corner kick at the near post. Missed by Reed. Thompson trying to get a foot in there. Howard with the clearance eventually. Stewart.
No foul, Molly. No foul. Lovely.
Bradford gets a throw for his team.
Yeah, just not happening for Harbour View. Brackenridge there now was a target player. Went up, he was looking to lay off for a shot to come off, and even that layoff from about 3 yards was short.
Howard requires some attention now.
Which will mean this minimum of 3 will be extended. Harbour View will want to get in to talk it over. It's been better from them since conceding in terms of their defensive play. But really, a lot of work to sharpen their attacking end. Just a bit too blunt.
First and second, Jake. First and second. No foul. Insert time. Come on, Kino, we need you.
Both coaches are typically cautious in nature, aren't they? Ludlow Bernard and Philip Williams.
Yeah, definitely Philip Williams is one who likes to organize. He's one who feels like he concentrates a lot on his team, being very organized, good in their defensive shape, good in their defensive transitional play. Yeah, Coach Bernard, you feel if he has the tool at times, he's a little bit more expansive. But based on what has gone on coming into this game, Harbour View heavily focused on organizing themselves.
Long throw inside. Portmore United getting out of trouble for the moment. Harbour View. Wasn't the best ball inside from Omar Thompson. Burton. Yeah. Free kick to Portmore United.
Harbour View will feel like they can find a goal. I think they've scored in all but one game this season.
Well, that's the end of the first half. Just the one goal in it came from Clayton Peck pretty early in the piece. His first goal of the campaign, separating the teams here at the National Stadium East Field. Martin Davis has been influential, as was expected. Portmore United's number 10 making a mark on this game as well. Harbour View, well, maybe a little bit stuck in transmission at the moment as they try to get out of first gear. And Portmore United, well, they'll be trying hard to hold firm on this advantage which they have at the break. Welcome back to the National Stadium East Field. Portmore United with the 1-0 advantage over Harbour View as we head into the second half shortly. Dwight Jeremiah is still with me. It wasn't the most interesting first half, was it? But we anticipate it picking up as both teams look for the win.
Yeah, certainly not with the intensity that we had anticipated because of the cool condition. Expected a little bit more, a bit part in terms of the attack for Harbour View, not with the consistency and regularity that would cause them to get into a nice rhythm. Didn't see repetitive patterns of play from them to suggest that this is what they wanted to do. And Portmore, they scored, but even after that, there wasn't a lot that we saw from them going forward. Both teams turning over the balls once they got into the final third. So a lot for this game to improve on in terms of being a spectacle, being one of those games that we've come to expect when these two teams meet. One thing is sure, there's always goals in it, and at least one has been scored already. But yeah, we hope that this is one of those games where they say it's a game of two halves, and this one will come alive, because Harbour View needs to get on the score sheets. They need to get their season back on track. Portmore, they're in the position they want to be, which would be their 4th win in a row, and they would want to extend the lead to sort of make it more comfortable.
Well, if we won't see a spectacle on the field, we'll probably see it in the stands as well, as the crowd continues to grow. Harbour View, they are set to make a couple of changes themselves, and we are going to see the introduction of one Ajuma Johnson shortly. And he comes on to replace Courtney Allen. Johnson.
Yeah, that Courtney Allen change was an easy one to predict, you feel.
David Reed also comes off, the other winger, to be replaced by Okimo Jones.
Is it that they're going to... Jones is normally playing at right back, but maybe they're going to put him in the middle, give some energy. Or do they go to... No, I mean, or they go to 4 at the back. They could look to do that, or they put him as one of the wide
yeah, he's
wing
going
backs.
to be one of the wide
wing backs, yeah.
Second half is on the way. Harbour View will be kicking towards the Caribbean Sea, and Portmore United in their blue outfit will be going towards the Blue Mountain area. Yeah, the first half, not a lot to write home about. Both teams were really cautious, but Harbour View, they've made the first move as far as the chess pieces are concerned here.
Yeah, they had to change something there behind it. As I was saying, it was Ajuma Johnson I was mentioning, that he's slotted right into that midfield to give some energy and life there. Jones will, and he has it natural to play back. He plays a lot of right back, so.
Here's an opportunity, and the shot coming in from Johnson there, wide of the mark. So he's eager to make an impact and add to his goal, which was a spectacular one. 1 goal this season.
Yeah, adding to the list of spectacular goals we've seen this season. But where Harbour View were caught out because they took in a little bit too much and there was no recovery run from the wide winger. You shouldn't get that from Jones, because naturally he's a defender by trade, and so instinctively will look to make that recovery run. And so they will get the shape of the 5 when they desire it.
Stewart trying to switch the play, and Thompson trying to get by Howard. Johnson now trying to shrug off Jaheen Rose, and then he slips. Or maybe it was tripped there. It's a free kick to Harbour View. Here's the delivery. Stewart nods it in the hands of Tyrone Williams. Thompson again now. Was immediately crowded out. Howard Trying to place that in the path of Siobhan Walsh. Stewart. Jones. Jones' ball. Couldn't evade Austin. Knight. Peck. There's the goal scorer on it. Was pulled back there by Okimo Jones. Free kick to Portmore United. There's a launch to the edge of the box, but not many players in blue.
Angry and upset because he felt he was foul. Goldson, the referee, was looking to play the advantage, but really and truly there was no advantage. She did point that a Harbour View player had the ball, but was quickly closed down.
Got a hand to the face there, Shaquille Bradford. Portmore United themselves making a change. Deshaun Plunkett comes on for Keela Howard. There's a delivery inside the area, and that's a wonderful header and a brilliant save. Exceptional football all round there.
That was lovely delivery from Jones into the box, and Stuart rose highest and really had a good header there. And Williams had to do the acrobatics to get that one over.
Oh, that was just wonderful all round, really and truly. Stewart with the header, and here it comes inside once more, headed away by Rudolph Austin, and there was an infringement inside the area. Yeah. Seagull Knight holding his back.
Stewart was all over him, trying to get his head on the ball again, trying to replicate, or even better, the last header. Harbour View coming close, but would want to see those type of plays repeat themselves with more frequency. You can see why Coach Bernard toyed with the use of Garth Stewart last season as a centre forward. That target player, big target player in there. Didn't really work out because a lot of times asked to do, take the ball into to the feet. Not so nimble. But who knows? If it was a league that would afford you the time to be able to persist with it, might just have worked out.
Based on the last bit of play, you can see the evidence of him being better at heading the ball. Walsh. Sean Fraser is the best on the sidelines, isn't he?
Took a while in coming.
A rugby. Oh yeah. All these days we should get him mic'd up. One of the most travelled footballers, Sean Fraser, in his day.
And currently one of the most animated coaches on the touchline.
You hardly see a game.
Oh, that's dangerous. That is dangerous. There wasn't a lot of connection on it. It was just play acting over on the far side, but still. It was terrifying, the lunge. Well, from distance anyway.
Just looking to see if they would bring that one back up, but Ferry Golson was close enough, felt there was nothing doing.
Stewart, slow things down.
She didn't come fast enough for Johnson, sorry.
Yellow card being shown to Rose.
Rose didn't feel that it warranted one.
Not sure either.
The evidence of that, he has a case.
Jones with the dink inside. He'll try again with the delivery. Floated well, and it's headed away. That was crucial, you know. Had to make contact, Stephen Young, and he did.
Very good header. The football is Young as a defender, even in the opposite box. But yeah, that was vital just now. Two Harbour View players were just lurking behind him. And he missed that one, then you feel one of them would have just gotten on the end of it.
Yeah. Would have been easy for either of them.
Yeah.
Angling. Looking for an angle here. Poor ball. Recovered by Harding. Switches the play immediately. Stewart. Lovely ball. Looking for Bradford. It's headed away. Not properly though. An opportunity. And the keeper comes out and collects. Eventually.
Yeah, it was Young again getting on the end of it. Good ball curled inside. Quite another decent defensive header from Young. Not surprising. I mean, I've worked with him as a youngster, and it's one of the best headers of the football I've seen in both boxes.
Oh, that's lovely from Garth Stewart. You hardly see that from him. Trying to thread that through and was unsuccessful in doing so.
I was talking about his footwork last season. Seemed to have improved somewhat. It's quite nimble and slick just now.
They move quickly, even though Anglin is on the turf. Ball coming inside the box. And Walsh has it and was stripped, kept his balance, looking to switch the play and does. That's a delightful ball out wide. Can Portmore United capitalize here? Inside the area, he decided to go back wide. Not sure why. But Walsh is on it now. Walsh in space. Walsh shoots. He just had to keep that one down, you know. Just had to keep that one down to get his third goal of the campaign. And he's disappointed with the end result.
Yeah, Portmore just with a series of attacks there. And first it was Plunkett who got a lovely ball out wide. That's what you get when you play three at the back. Always have space parallel to the 18-yard box. He picked it up, Plunkett, cut inside. Didn't think he went across the defender quick enough. And then, even when he attempted to do so, looked to go back outside, which was going to narrow the angle at goal. Always going to be more difficult for him. But when it came to Walsh, you saw what he was trying to do. Just looking for a posted stamp finish. Just missed the envelope then.
Rose. Here they come again. Peck.
Words to Jones there. He's playing as a winger, not a right back, so up and down, that's what you heard. It's him. They want him to go forward more than he goes back. Can quite understand why, because Harbour View, they're chasing this one. Looking for his deliveries, which we've seen so far, which are pretty decent.
Austin does well enough. Oh, they're not reserved in their tackling, aren't they?
That was
Harbour
crunchy
View
from Brackenridge.
This is Martin Davis. Finding Alex Marshall. Quite second half so far for Marshall.
A little confusion there. OJ Duaney was pointing that it should have been a Portmore throw-in. Goldson overruled and said Harbour View.
There's a heavy-handedness about this game.
You're sure
That's right on
that.
the edge, I think.
Something could give, eh?
Yeah, not quite subtle.
They'll just tell you, Donald, that they're committed.
All right, we'll go with that. There's a run. Here is Peck. Peck sending it across. Still with Portmore United, though. They have numbers. It's Davis slipping that one through. Peck inside the area. There were 4 players back. They would have been fortunate if that had gone by all 4 players. Someone probably should have made a run in the middle.
Yeah, I was threading to have a needle there.
Several needles, actually. Close to impossible. Here's angling now. Touched out wide. He has space to make a good cross inside at the back post. And there was nobody there trying to run on to that one, which would have been a little bit disappointing for Harbour View on that occasion. Download the SportsMax app. Make sure you do so from the Google Play or the App Store. Harbour View coming forward, still looking for that equalizer. And Thompson just running out of real estate. And Stephen Young was wondering where the free kick, or why the free kick wasn't called in his favor. In the end, it's a corner kick that's been awarded to the Stars of the East. Jones has gone across the far side to take this one. There it is inside, looking for Stewart. Came off the back of his head, I think.
And the set play, Stewart is attracting a lot of attention. It was Walsh and Young around him. And based on the fact that he brought out a smart save from Williams. Probably jarred his knee there. That would be a big blow for Harbour View. We could see, I said in the first half, didn't see a lot of repetitiveness in terms of sequence of play. You saw what they were trying to do in the second half. Get the balls out wide, get those balls into the box, crosses into the box for Stewart to get on the end of it as a target. If he goes out, then that's the target player gone, and probably a change of strategy.
They're getting some refreshment in the meantime, though. Portmore United players as they talk it over with Philip Williams and company.
You look at it too, you talk about players talking it over. Haven't really had a standout player in this game so far. I mean, steady performances. Yes, Davis with the assist, and a few times we've seen Peck looking to create problems, but somebody can step up and either get their team back in it or push their team further away.
Johnson played out wide to Bradford. Bradford fires this one inside. Harbour View will try again. Jones just allowing that one to go into touch. So Stewart is off to be replaced by
Mika comes in.
Chukwunika comes on to replace Stewart, and as you rightly mentioned, Dwight, it's a bit of a blow that. They are back in numbers, Harbour View. Here they are coming forward through Ajuma Johnson. He'll get it back. Twisting, turning. Couldn't supply the pass forward. Here is Anglin. Jones has company. And that's going to be a goal kick. Another change is going to be made by, this time by Portmore United.
Walsh coming out. Is it? No? No. Davis is the player. Yeah, Davis coming out. McLeish set to come in.
Surprised by the change?
I mean, I don't know if it's a case where he's not up to full fitness or what, but he wasn't consistent with. It's not like I said before, just no one player has really stood out. So,
yeah.
I mean, any player could be replaced, you feel, in this one to just freshen up things inside there. He's pretty much, Davis, you felt, was not consistent in terms of affecting the game. But
well, he's been awfully quiet in the second half in particular.
Hot and cold, yeah. So, not surprised.
Ball inside the area. Couldn't quite capitalize on that one.
Yellow card coming out. Bradford, the recipient of that card.
Has it a quiet game today?
Yeah, a few look-ins, nothing clear-cut. It's been feeding off scraps, you feel.
That he has. Ball played inside. Angling, utilizing a few yards here, and then ran straight into Rudolph Austin, who goes down and stays down. But he gets up, he's all right.
He's a tough customer. But
well,
yeah, it's not the first time we've seen Angling go on those determined, penetrative runs.
Well, here's another run being manufactured. That's a lovely layoff to McLeish. McLeish, I'm not sure what he was thinking there.
Yeah, it was poor in the end because didn't pass it in the direction where Plunkett's face was turned, or where he was facing. He passed it where he was vacating, which is basic. That you pass to where the player is facing, the space he wants to occupy, not the one he's vacating.
Johnson picks it up here, plays it inside, trying to turn. Was he being held back? He was. Penalty. Rudolph Austin cannot believe the call. And a yellow card is
going to be Young.
Going to be shown to Stephen Young, I think.
Yeah, it's Stephen Young. He's the one who is adjudged to have committed the offense. We'll certainly have another look at it.
Well, they were both going at each other, weren't they?
I don't think there was much in that one. We have a look here again. Because Bradford was holding on to
Young. Yes, he was.
Yeah, more so than Young was holding on to him.
That's what I felt.
Yeah, fortunate one, you feel. And
but
Young,
he did appeal as if he was a part of the Salvation Army, Shaquille Bradford, and I'm not sure if that played a part in it as well. But Harbour View, they have the opportunity to go ahead in this one.
Yeah, I think.
Or to get back level, I should say, sorry, in this one. And Bradford is the one from 12 yards with the opportunity to get the Stars of the East level here.
Sometimes these things have a way of leveling themselves out.
Opportunity beckons. Bradford scores. That's his third goal this season. Shaquille Bradford stepping up to the plate here and converting from the penalty spot. And we're back level here at the Stadium East, 1-1.
They took it well in the end, hitting the side netting, sending Williams the wrong way. But yeah, that's a bailout for Harbour View. They've gotten back into this one in a controversial, fortunate way, you'd say, because as the coach on the sideline seen that replay, and I think I saw the coaching staff from Portmore looking at it on the SportsMax app, and they would feel like, yeah, they were hard done by that one. Don't think it should have been a penalty.
I don't think so either. And she's been lenient with a number of the challenges in this game, and that last one included. So I'm even more surprised that that was given.
Yeah, I mean, even the play, though he did make contact on the far side, but the player seemed to have lunged in. But we'll go to Janae and see what she has with a spirited fan in the stand.
Thank you, Dwight. I am here with definitely a spirited fan and a player. His name is Nicholas Hamilton. He used to play for Harbour View. Now he's at Cavalier. Nicholas, talk to me about this game so far. What do you think? What is your analysis?
Well, it has been a good game so far. Two good teams. You can see it's a tightly contested game, but hopefully we'll get a winner. So I expect more quality out of the game. That's it.
You say we like it's still the Harbour View.
Well, we as the fans, I mean, that's what I mean.
Okay, well, I know that you are currently suffering an injury, right? Tell me what injury it is and how long is the recovery process?
Oh, well, I tear a ligament in my knee and bruise the bone of my kneecap, so I probably, but it's nothing that I need surgery, so I think the doctor gave me 2 months of recovery, so by the end of January.
Okay, so by the end of January, we should still see you on the pitch. When you were at Harbour View the last time, they won the league. They played 5 matches so far. They haven't won any. What do you think is going wrong in that camp?
I just think there's a bunch of new players in the team, so it's just that to get everybody play together so they get it right. I think it's going to come together soon. It's not happening right now, but as I said, it's going to come together soon.
And this matchup, well, that we're seeing right now between Portmore and Harbour View, you're very animated in the stands. I don't know why it's so quiet right now. But what do you think the scoreline will be at the end of the match?
Oh, it's a tough one, because, Alex Marshall and my brother, I'm going to see him score a goal, but it no matter to me who win the game, I just want to see good football. Well, I think that's a 2-2 still.
Okay, well, let's see what happens at Donald and Dwight. Back to more football.
Not a bad prediction there as Walsh tries to go forward, and really do hope that Nicholas Hamilton gets back into the thick of the action really soon. He says at probably about the end of January there or thereabouts. And here's another driving run from Ajuma Johnson, and well, it didn't turn out quite as expected.
Wanted to let loose Bradford, but that chip didn't come off. Nicholas Hamilton there having a chat with Janae, did score a spectacular goal, and Harbour View won the title.
He had a fiery playoff run.
Yeah, true,
actually,
true,
Nicholas
true.
Hamilton. He played an instrumental part there as we see Seagull Knight being surrounded by opposing players, and it doesn't seem to be a good look.
Yeah.
Just a stump on the foot.
Yeah.
I say just a stump on the foot, but that's actually quite painful.
Yeah, because these boots, this footwear that they design now are pretty much light, the material thin, and so not a lot of protection in that area. And there's a lot of small bones in that area, the instep, so quite fragile. So can be painful, but you suspect just bruises there. He's had a decent game. Knight.
Walsh utilizing his strength well. Peck. One back by Harbour View. Bradford. Driving run. Thompson.
Both these two teams looking to push on to get the winner. Portmore feels aggrieved. There's the commitment that we've come to see in the second half.
The commitment with the edge. Gavin Burton on this occasion.
I guess both teams giving as much as they've gotten.
Portmore United still with it. He's found space in the middle. Jaheen Rose played that one through well. It's an opportunity that has gone because the flag is raised for offside.
Yeah, it looked like it was going to turn out to something really good for Portmore. Lovely ball out to Plunkett.
Here comes Harbour View. Yeah, he wasn't expecting that, was he?
Rose hasn't really found his passing range. It's the second time we see him looking to release a player, but just getting it all wrong.
Searching ball again. Looking for Walsh, didn't reach him. We've seen a lot of shallow passes today. And he got his teammate in some trouble there trying to reach it.
Yeah, short again, and Rose going in, committed to winning it, but on the receiving end of a foot too high. Just went over the ball.
Austin files it over to the left-hand side. That's not a bad ball in from Peck, you know. Not the most convincing clearance away. Marshall does well. And here's an effort that's deflected and wide to Wayne McLeish again. Lining up an effort, but he was closed down pretty quickly on that occasion.
Yeah, well worked there by Marshall. Realized he was closed down quickly. Got ball over there, and then Marshall picked it up. Look at turn. Was closed down, three converging on him, just released to McLeish. And
corner kick coming in, and heads go up, and the whistle went for an infringement.
No,
no, it's offside.
Said it went
outside.
Went
outside, yeah. Went outside, came back in. The resulting header, though, came off the bar. Could have been chaotic.
Would have been ruled out had it gone in.
Opportunity here that's pretty much wasted.
Portmore sending two players to get themselves warmed up. Maybe the next changes, if they do come from any of these teams, will indicate their intention.
Another whistle on the play.
Yeah, that one again seems like Marshall got away with something there. Not quite sure if there was enough. I think he was struggling to keep his footing anyway before.
Well, Austin looking like he wants to line up one of his missiles from distance here. That's what he's doing. That went over. Talk about trying to turn back the clock on that one. Fagan. Thompson. Calmly collected. Anglin has Marshall. Burton on it. Lovely ball inside. Bradford looking for additional yard of space. And free kick goes in the other direction. Austin down. Bradford also down.
Austin pretty much in the wars.
And it's now time for the SportsMax app moment of the game, courtesy of the SportsMax app. It was a go-ahead goal. Martin Davis did really well there to get that ball inside. Held on by Walsh, finished by Clayton Peck, getting his first goal of the season. But the build-up was wonderful to watch. And Peck made no mistake at the back post. That's the SportsMax app moment of the game, courtesy of the SportsMax app. Wonderful stuff. Harbour View just losing their way in the attacking third on that occasion. Game going back and forth. Not a lot of detail as far as caring for possession.
Yeah. There's a lot of quality in this one today. It's a cagey one. Could say commitment, yes. Quality not on the same level.
He was being held there by Okima Jones, Quayne McLeish.
Yo, hey, I see, yo. Hey,
But we've been talking about the player of the match and who would have, well, we actually said that there wouldn't have been a standout per se.
No, not at all. I think, and now we're level, not that it was fortunate for Harbour View to get level. I quite feel like Rose in the middle of the park has really done well for Portmore in terms of his central defensive midfield role. A lot of Harbour View, what little quality they came with at times, has pretty much been there to try and snuff it out.
Free kick coming up for Portmore United as they try to get the go-ahead goal here. Delivered inside. Walsh was trying to be cheeky. There was a collision inside the box. The referee was right there. She said play on, and now they will play on. And Anglin has one to beat, and two players are actually down. He took out both of them. I think accidentally they probably would have collided with each other. Let's take a look at what they're asking inside the area.
It was Rose that was at the center of it.
Well, based on the penalty that was given,
you think that one qualified?
Sure, why not?
So for me, he has been ever present. Yeah.
When you say Anglin is a nuisance, he caused that. Yeah, a proper head collision there. Both of them a little dazed after that. In the meantime, Harbour View are getting ready to make another change. Kemar Mullings will come on shortly. And he will replace Omar Thompson.
Number 11, Omar Thompson.
And for the most part in this one too, whatever Walsh had to put out, Harding has pretty much dealt with it most of the game. Hasn't been a lot of times. So I think it's just, if you were to give a grade into most players on the team, on the field here, just about average, you know, to 5 or 6 thereabout. But I feel like Rose did a lot for Portmore, both defensively and looking to get their attacks going. Sprayed some lovely cross-field balls.
It's slim pickings, though, isn't it? Goodness
really
me, it really is slim picking.
But I'll stick there unless my producer wants to tell me something else.
Portmore, they've made a change. Kewayne McLeish is off. Javon Thompson is on.
Yeah, McLeish was a sub, but he's taken off because of his
head injury.
Yeah.
6 minutes of stoppages to be played.
Still time for a winner.
Anglin now on it.
He has also done a lot of work for Harbour View.
Yeah,
some
I think so
driving
too.
runs, and almost created a chance for them as well. So yeah, I feel it's coming from somewhere in the middle of the park, because both teams, attacking wise, it's not been serving up a lot, not consistent enough.
Yeah, because of that, we've also ruled out the goalkeepers.
Yeah, not much work. I mean, Williams had to pull off a save, but I mean, one save in a game, you expect him to do that.
Fagan going forward. Bradford trying to turn on Austin. Oh, he has kept it alive well. It's back to Bradford, who digs it out, and the keeper scampers across to his left, Tyrone Williams, and holds on.
Yeah, Bradford was struggled to get any power with that. It was under his feet and just couldn't get it out, couldn't have a good swing at it. He too has sort of create a lot out of the scraps that he has been served up.
And he has scored. Almost went through. Young, who's also had a decent game, was in the way.
Yeah. Sound like you could just raffle some names there.
No, I'm looking out for the Ouija board, actually. Portmore trying to get out of their own defensive third now. Peck. Oh, he was taken out. Brackenridge coming across, took him out, and he's been shown the yellow card.
Easy call that you feel for referee Gorson. You talk about goal scoring and Bradford being in the running. Pecker scored and was pretty much the main protagonist for Portmore in the first half, mainly.
Let's just say that there are no wrong answers, Dwight Jeremiah.
Easiest way to get out of it.
Yeah.
Or you pass the buck on to your producer, eh?
Or you. But there still could be a winner in this one here.
Yeah.
And Peck himself is the one who has lined this up alongside Seagull Knight. Two-man wall set up.
Rose might get on the end of it and score.
Peck drove that one into the wall. This one launched inside the area, and the keeper does well to grab it. Good work, Anthony Bennett. Under pressure too. Harding has been pretty solid at the back as well.
Well, I did make mention that whatever Walsh did, he has dealt with it quite well. One occasion, Walsh rolled him and could have done better with the shot. The fact is that it has not materialized a lot of times in the game. But I did make mention of him and the fact that he had a steady game tonight against probably what some would say a mismatch.
All right, so we have 16 more players to go.
You're going, I'm not. But I did say Rose and Peck was in the running, and for Harbour View. So I'm giving you a short list of Hanglin in the middle as well. So there's my short list.
Harbour View looking for the winner here. Delivered inside. Austin heads it away. And Austin has been pretty good. Here's a ball sent inside the box. Couldn't quite reach Anglin. Harding gets it. Anglin has it. It's a free kick that's been awarded in favor of Harbour View. The Portmore players not liking it at all.
I think it was the right call. Both of them went for it, yes, but I think Portmore player was just a bit more over the top. And was a tad late.
They move. Anglin. Inside to Jones. Jones takes a shot. I'm not sure if he actually anticipated doing that, if he wanted to go for the cross, because if it was a shot, it was tame in the end.
Well, Anglin has been consistent with his runs, a lot of runs in going forward, and was a part of a lot of what Harbour View did well going forward.
Well, that's the end of the game. Anticlimactic as it was. 1-1 in the end. Clayton Peck had opened the scoring before Shaquille Bradford had rescued a point for the Stars of the East from the penalty spot. And really that was all she wrote at the end of it all. And Austin absolutely upset with the circumstances surrounding this game and how it turned out for his Portmore United team. And you can think that he was probably justified in being upset. At the end of it all, though, they share the spoils. Harbour View and Portmore United, one apiece. As we take a look at the full-time highlights, I promise you it's going to be short, as Davis did some really good work inside, came across to Clayton Peck, who got his first goal of the season. Davis did some fabulous work on the byline and then sent it across in brilliant fashion. Walsh was there, and then Peck. They tried to close him down quickly, but they weren't quick enough. And the Peck ran away celebrating there. Portmore United in front, 1-0. And here's another opportunity. Harbour View had a couple of bites of the cherry there And Garth Stewart was in a lot of the action actually for Harbour View going forward. And could have had a couple of goals himself. There's an effort from distance that went wide of the mark. Nothing much to write home about there. Bradford's effort came off Williams. Flag went up eventually for offside. And first shot was blocked. The second one had to be parried over the bar again. Bradford in the thick of things for Harbour View. And then Garth Stewart again with the header. Wonderful save. It was a beautiful delivery too. Stewart with the header and a fabulous save by Tyrone Williams. And then this chance, Bradford, I tell you what, maybe up for the Oscars there. There wasn't a lot in it. Went to the turf and he converted from 12 yards himself and made it one apiece. Both teams tried to get the winner. Didn't have a whole lot of quality there. Bradford again trying to deke that one out, but there wasn't a lot of power behind the shot. Didn't have a lot of space to work with, and in the end, they share it. Harbour View with 11 shots, 6 on target. Portmore United with 7, just the 1 shot on target. You see, it was a very physical game. 31 fouls in it. Portmore edging it, if you can call it an edge, really. Yellow cards shown, 3 to Harbour View, 1 more than Portmore United. And Harbour View with the majority of the corners, 5-2. Harbour View edging possession as well at 51%.
Peck, you got a go-ahead goal. Your team couldn't hold on to it to give you all 3 points. But tell me a little bit about the goal. I mean, it went through the keeper's legs. Did you aim to that way or you just let fly?
Well, to be honest, I want to big up my coach. He believed in me. So the person that should be started was injured. He picked up an injury, so he put me in. This was the moment I've been waiting for. To be honest, the goal, I saw the ball coming, and I said to myself, this was the moment I am waiting for. So I just kicked.
Okay, it went through the legs. Always difficult for goalkeepers to score, but that's instinctive for you in the box to be able to execute like that. Tell me what you make of the game, though. It was a difficult one, not a lot of quality up front too, and a lot of things for you to feed off. What do you make of the game?
Well, the game, it was a good game. It wasn't what we expected, but we came out and we get a point, and we are very grateful for that.
Well, your first goal of the season, hopefully you'll get a lot more.
Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah.
All the best.
Yeah.
There you have it, Peck. Elated to have been given the start, repaying his coach with the goal, and a goal that for a long stretch of the game, coach, you felt that would have given you all 3 points. A penalty or not a penalty?
From where I was sitting, I think it's a poor call from the official, but I mean, it's a touch and go. Yeah, we get some at times, but I mean, overall, I think it was a decent game. We knew that coming into the game today, we would have to play a lot without the ball. Harbour View being a good ball-playing team. And I think the guys were disciplined. We have some shortcoming in midfield because of players not at their full in terms of fitness or in health and also fitness. But I think we put in a good shift against a good team.
Yeah, you end up edging the possession, just edging it in
really?
the end. But I think you got a lot more commitment than quality. And I guess you can't complain too much when there's lacking quality. You want your teams to really be committed.
Definitely. We stress consistency of quality. But I mean, there are games that commitment, as you say, have to come to the fore. And that is what we got from the guys today. And that's another side of them which we are happy to see.
Well, decent showing from your team. You didn't lose, so you continue that little stretch of unbeaten run.
Yeah.
All right. All the best, Coach. So, Coach Williams there, pleased with the final result in the end. Not what you would have expected, but in the end, he'll take the point and go away from a Harbour View team that he said is a decent team. Coach, yes, the defensive problems you have is evident. Was early in the game, about 6 minutes, and you conceded. After that, fairly decent in your display, but yeah, you would have preferred a perfect thing throughout.
Probably because the adjustment at the back had 2 of our lesser experienced players on the pitch on the same side. It could have caused a bit of miscommunication. But apart from that, I thought they got their act together after that. And I think the game was one in which we dominated for long periods. Even at the very last, poor decision making. There's just slot a ball across the goal and we have a simple tap in. You know, these are some. I'm kind of satisfied with some of the newer ones that are plugged in here today. You know, and even the shift in the system. You know, because I told him that we had to come with something different to get a different result. It was almost the same result, though, but there are a lot of positives.
Positives, yes. Your former player Hamilton, when you was interviewed during the game, was saying that maybe it's just the fact that you have a lot of new players having to play together. Things will come together eventually. You're confident of that as well?
I am expecting things to come together. We have a little time to rest. We have a CONCACAF game. And I think we're ready, because I'm now seeing whereby some of the other persons within the squad, we are now willing to step up. What I need is the consistency, though.
Well, hopefully you get that, coach, after this break. All the best.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
So, a couple of matches to look forward to on Thursday. Malines United against Treasure Beach, live on SportsMax 2, beginning at 5 p.m., 6 in the Eastern Caribbean, and also at the Anthony Sporting Sports Complex. It's a big matchup here. Ironic Gardens against Waterhouse. That's at 7:30 p.m. Jamaica time, 8:30 p.m. in the Eastern Caribbean. You can watch that on SportsMax 2 as well. So, ending 1-1 here between Harbour View and Portmore United. And, the honours even, the spoils shared. I guess in the end both teams are satisfied with it. But that's how we sign out here from Independence Park. On behalf of my color analyst Dwight Jeremiah, Janae, who was in the stands, my producer Ramon Stewart, director Daniel Allen, Donald Oliver, on behalf of the hard-working production team, it's goodbye from the National Stadium East Field.